Hey friends, welcome back to Pages and Grace. My name's Jess. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have some books to share with you. Over the last few weeks for Christmas, I got a few books and a few other thrifting hauls throughout the month of December that I want to share with you. So let's get into these books. It's a lot. When you put them all together, it's a lot. When you're out thrifting, it's like 3 books here, 2 books here. And then put them all in a stack together to talk about. And it feels like a lot of books. I don't know. I picked up several books at thrift stores. I have a couple Christmas gifts, a couple books for my church. And yeah, we'll see where this book haul goes. Don't ask me why. I don't know why I bought this one. It was calling my name, and it was $1 at the thrift store, in decent condition. And actually, I think they were doing 50% off sale that day because I bought a bunch of books and it was $4. So yeah, it was a pretty good day. And that is The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. I have zero plans on when to get to this book. Actually, I never plan when I'm going to get to books for the most part. It's more of a when do I have time, and maybe when do I have access to a digital version of it, like when it comes in on Libby. That usually dictates a lot of my reading. And jeez. You're so silly. I have no plans on when I'll pick it up, but it's there whenever I get to it. I kind of like that. I like building a collection of books that are there when I'm ready. And classics have definitely been in that category where I like to collect them and to hold on to them, and I've worked through a couple as I can. I'd be curious to know what percentage of my classics I've actually read. I feel like I'm doing pretty good, but if I go count them, I may not be. But it is one I want to get to. It'll be there when I'm ready for it on my shelves. So the next one I picked up, I saw it was from Bethany House, and so that made me pick it up and look at it. And it is A Bride Most Begrudging by Deanna Gist. It is any ship arriving from England means good news for Virginia colony farmers. The tobacco brides would be on board. Eligible women seeking a better life in America. Barter for with barrels of tobacco from the fields. Drew O'Connor isn't stirred by the news of a ship full of brides, still brokenhearted from the loss of his beloved. He only wants a maid to tend his house and care for his young sister. What he ends up with is a wife, a feisty redhead who claims she is Lady Constance Morrow, daughter of an earl, brought to America against her will. And she wants to go straight back to England as soon as she can. She hasn't the foggiest notion how to cook, dares to argue with her poor husband, and spends more time working on mathematical equations than housework. What kind of a wife is that? Drew's Christian forbearance is in for some testing. Headstrong and intelligent, deeply moral, but incredibly enticing, Constance turns what is supposed to be a marriage of convenience into something inconvenient indeed. That sounds like fun. I have not read from this author before, so I'm looking forward to picking this one up. I saw this one. It's a middle grade. It is Ice Cream Machine, 6 deliciously different stories with the exact same name. This is by Adam Rubin. And prepare to enter the hilarious and action-packed multiverse of Adam Rubin's imagination. Here are 6 exciting stories ranging from sci-fi to fantasy adventure, set in 6 different worlds featuring artwork from 6 different illustrators. What do all the tales have in common? Well, ice cream, of course, and laughs galore, and maybe a few hidden secrets, too. I saw this one on the shelves, and I thought it was very cute. I love reading middle grade. I don't do it very often. I guess since I've left the classroom, I have read a lot less middle grade than I used to. But I saw this and I thought I'd give it a shot. So these were at 2 different thrift stores, 2 different times. I have not read a Kate Morton book yet, but I have heard that maybe they might be something I'm interested in. The first one I got was The Forgotten Garden by Kate Morton. A tiny girl is abandoned on a ship headed for Australia in 1913. She arrives completely alone with nothing but a small suitcase containing a few clothes and a single book, a beautiful volume of fairy tales. She is taken in by the dock master and his wife and raised as their own. On her 21st birthday, they tell her the truth. And with her sense of self shattered and very little to go on, Nell sets out to trace her real identity. Her quest leads her to Blackhurst Manor on the Cornish coast and the secrets of the doomed Montrechet family. But it is not until her granddaughter, Cassandra, takes up the search after Nell's death that all the pieces of the puzzle are assembled. A spellbinding tale of mystery and self-discovery, the Forgotten Garden will take hold of your imagination and never let go. That sounds very interesting. So I picked up another one by Kate Morton, and that is The Lake House. The premise is on a summer evening in 1933. Eleanor and Anthony Edivine's beautiful country home in Cornwall has been opened for the grand party. But while fireworks bring the night to its finale, they discover that their 11-month-old son, Theo, has vanished from his crib. Despite a thorough police investigation, no trace is found. In their devastation and despair, Eleanor and Anthony close up the house and move to London with their daughters, Deborah, Alice, and Clementine, never to return. 70 years later, Alice Edivine is still living in London and is a formidable writer of the best-selling mystery novels. When she receives a letter out of the blue from a young police detective, Sadie Sparrow, asking questions about the unsolved case, Alice is drawn back into the past and to the truths locked away in the lake house. An astonishing tale of secrets and suspicions, of passionate love and bitter regret. The Lake House is a multi-layered novel that proves again that Kate Morton is the world's most mesmerizing storytellers, or one of the world's most mesmerizing storytellers. That sounds so interesting. It's a very big book. I'm not sure when I'll get to these, but I am very interested to pick them up. Let's go quickly here. So I have Skipping Christmas by John Grisham. I actually have read this and I have another copy of it. It's got some bent pages. That very well could have been from one of my sons. We'll see. Doesn't matter. It'll be okay. But it is such a little book. I didn't realize that. I have the mass market paperback version that I got in high school when we read it for book club. And this one is a beautiful hardcover. So I wanted to keep this one on my shelves and maybe get rid of the other one, donate it so somebody else can enjoy it as well. But I thought that was super cute. It's a super quick, fun Christmas read. I should reread this. I don't think I've reread it since high school. Yeah. I've watched the movie. I really enjoyed it. I think it's one that I should put on my list for Christmas next year. All right, this next one, actually, there were several copies of it. Brand new, but it was donated by the library. It was a local library, like group read, or what's it called? The Big Read program. And it's called The Bear by Andrew Krivuk. This one talks about a girl and her father live close to the land in the shadow of a lone mountain. They possess a few remnants of civilization. Some books, a pane of glass, a set of flint, and steel. The father teaches the girl how to fish and hunt, the secrets of the seasons and the stars. He is preparing her for an adulthood in harmony with nature, for they are the last of humankind. But when the girl finds herself alone in an unknown landscape, it is a bear that will lead her back home through the vast wilderness that offers the greatest lessons of all, if she can only learn to listen. A cautionary tale of human fragility, of love and loss. The Bear is a stunning tribute to the beauty of nature's dominion. That sounded super cute and sweet, and I wanted to add it to my list too. All right, the last one that was thrifted. This one is from Revell, which, again, I look for publishers' names at the bottom, just to start with. I look at all the books, but when I'm going through the first glance, I'll look through and see who the publisher was, and I can find some pretty good books that way. This one is by Jane Kirkpatrick, Everything She Didn't Say. It is in 1911, Carrie Strayhorn wrote a memoir sharing some of the most exciting events of 25 years of shaping the American West with her husband, railroad promoter and writer Robert Strayhorn. Nearly 10 years later, she's finally ready to reveal the secret she hadn't told anyone, even herself. Certain that her writings will be found only after her death, Carrie confronts the pain and disappointment of the pioneering life with startling honesty. She explores the danger a woman faces of losing herself within a relationship with a strong-willed man. She reaches for the courage to accept her own worth. Most of all, she wonders, can she ever feel truly at home in this rootless life? New York Times bestselling author Jane Kirkpatrick draws out the emotions of living, the laughter and pain, the love and loss, to give us a window not only into the past, but into our own conflicted hearts, based on a true story. So that sounds interesting. Again, these were $1.50 and too good of a deal to pass up to toss out a new to me author. All the rest of the books are gifts that I received either for Christmas. Set that one there. I received either for Christmas, or these two are from my church. It was actually at Christmas time though too. Somebody made a donation of books to pass out at the Christmas Mass. Got a few more books to get through and then I'm done. The next book is 33 Days to Eucharistic Glory. This is a spiritual pilgrimage for Eucharistic consecration. And is amazing. Yes. And then by Matthew Kelly, The Three Ordinary Voices of God. The next two were a gift from my husband for Christmas. Up, sit down. Hey, sit down. Down. The next one is Biblical Heroes by Mark Hart. This one is from Ascension Press. This one is, it takes middle schoolers on an exciting adventure through the lives of characters in the Bible. From the humility of Abel, Esther, it goes through biblical characters and in a very short, concise way brings them to life. I'm excited to read this one. I always love reading through middle grade books to be able to talk to my students about it. I am not currently in the classroom, but maybe someday we'll be back. But this one, Biblical Heroes, Stories of Faith and Courage. I'm excited to pick that one up. And then he picked up the 5th illustrated edition, The Order of the Phoenix. This book is so big. I have not, hey. I have not, that's going to be a lot of weight up there on that shelf. So I really enjoyed going through the illustrated edition of the first book earlier this year. So maybe I'll do like once a year, go through one of the illustrated and read it in that format. It was so much fun to see the artist's representation of each of the different parts of the book. So I love this one, adding it to my collection. And then I was so excited to get these in the mail. These were from the lovely Charlene at Coffee and a Book, and she sent me the series. I'm so excited to get into them. The first one by Connellan Cassette, which I have not read any from her yet. Counting with the Stars. Go in order here. Shadow of the Storm. And Wings of the Wind. This is the Out from Egypt series. I am so excited to get to those, and I am beyond thankful that you would think of me and send me these books over the Christmas time. There was a whole post office fiasco going on with some post offices in St. Louis that were not moving packages along whatsoever. It was a little ridiculous. I think it arrived December 6th at the location and did not move until like the 26th. So, but I am so grateful and thank you so much. If you haven't checked out our channel, I will link it down below. Okay, that's all the books that I got over the last month. I am so thankful for the blessing of books. I love to be surrounded by books. Are you drawing?
Mama, look.
Yay! Say bye, friends. Bye. All right, friends. That is the end of my list. I am going to have to call it quits here. I had some visitors join me. Thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.